Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Cuddyback, America's Best Bowstrings, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Lone Wolf Tree Stands, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, RTP Outdoors, Spot Hog Releases, Wasp Archery, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
So what are we doing?
I'm shooting the muzzleloader at the target.
Why?
To get ready for youth season that's coming in 2 weeks.
And what else are we doing down here?
Hanging out with some friends and doing some fishing.
Having fun?
Yep.
Walker, having fun?
Yep.
All right. Good, guys.
Pretty good.
Where are they at? Whose shots?
Mine.
Walker, did you shoot one?
Yep. Mine.
And then you have one in the bullseye? You covered up?
Yep.
Nice. Oh, that is a monster bluegill. That is a monster bluegill. Good one, Walker. Thanks, to see.
Now it's stored. Wow.
Big one. I saw the swirl over there. Ah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, my friends. You know, it's really fun to watch our kids grow up and get more comfortable with fishing, taking fish off the hook and shooting a muzzleloader and absorbing that impact and becoming more and more comfortable with that and asking to shoot again, and because they can see themselves hit a target. They're really grown up to be some pretty cool outdoorsmen, and as I get older in life, I realize that life is really not about me, and I get much more enjoyment from watching others, especially my kids, grow up and have success and have fun with the outdoors. God's really given us quite the gift in creation, and to look around us and just see all the beauty that we have around us, it's a really pretty cool thing. Not a whole lot going on for us right now. The deer are really in that transitioning phase right now. I have some new deer showing up. They're growing their winter coats already. The summer coats are falling off. And it's really exciting to see which deer are going to show up and which deer stick around. I hope there's a few that stick around, but there's always new ones that come into play. So for me, it's really just a matter of monitoring trail cameras right now and practicing my bow. The food plots are done. The preparation's really done. And now it's just a waiting game until youth season a couple weeks from now. And then for me, October, and I probably won't be hitting the woods really hard until October. We have quite a few team members out there. Some will be hitting it early in October. Some are actually hunting in Missouri early, and they're getting after it. In Wisconsin, those seasons start earlier, so I'm hoping that we can bring you as many updates as possible. But for me, it's going to have to be youth season and maybe some trail cameras coming up. But like I said, you know, our joy, my joy oftentimes now comes from, you know, my partner shooting a buck or my kids getting out there and just enjoying creation and experiencing nature as it is. So hope to bring you as much as we can. We're super excited. It's that time of the year right now when things start to heat up. I mean, heck, I even see a tree and I want to rub my head on a tree right now. And so it's that time of the year. It's in the air. I got buck fever. I want to miss work. But I know the time's coming as we get further and further along in October for me. But hope you enjoyed this week. We'll catch you back next week on Midwest Whitetail with Outreach Outdoors here.
So for Nate, Nick, John, and I, we really have 3 primary properties that we're going to be focused on this year. A couple of them here in eastern Iowa and then one in southern Iowa. Really excited about all 3 of them because they each have some different attributes that are awesome, but each one of them has really different challenges that go along with it. So it should be an interesting, really next month and interesting season as we get into it. The two properties that are here in eastern Iowa, well, one we're calling the Martin Creek property, one is called Lowell's. On the Martin Creek property, it's primarily going to be a doe spot for us, but the landowner has given us permission to hunt 2 bucks in particular. One of them is called Uggo, who's got a really unique right-hand side, and the other one's Drop Time. Shocker, he has a drop time. So both identifiable bucks, both bucks that we would love to come across and see what we can, if we can get an opportunity at. The other property here in eastern Iowa is one that Nate's hunted in the past, but really has not spent a ton of time on. So it's a relatively new property to us in that way also. We have a couple really nice bucks out there. One is a nice 10-pointer that has not been named yet. There's another one that has just got a really nice wide rack that we've nicknamed Beamer. And then my favorite that I'm really hoping shows up for me is, we're calling Pretty Boy. He has been in front of our cameras all summer nonstop. We haven't seen him in the last couple weeks though, really since Velvet has come off. So I'm hoping when Nate does a card pull tomorrow night, he is back on there in hard horn. That property we have put a lot of work into this summer, really both in terms of I put in a couple of big and Beasty food plots, and then we've also been running the Cuddy Link system on that one all summer too, trying to get a good inventory of our deer. I think that's going to be primarily the property we focus on, just given the potential of the bucks that we've seen on camera there, and also the proximity to where we all live. The other one that we're super pumped about, but just isn't close by, is one in far southeast Iowa. We were down a week ago after having cameras soaking for 5 weeks, pulled the card and found a couple studs on that camera that I am super pumped about. The downside is it is a long ways from home for all of us, so we're gonna have to be pretty picky with when we go down there to hunt that. And where these bucks are on this property makes it a really difficult location to get to, so that one's going to evolve a little bit as we go. That might turn into primarily a rut property with just a couple trips where we really pick our spots to go down after it. It's going to be an interesting season. Really all 3 of these, although we've got time spent on each of the properties previously, really this will be the first year we have hunted them as primary properties. And really as a group, this is the first time we'll be trying this. So I guess we're really excited to have shooter bucks on all 3 of the properties that we're looking at. Although we have all hunted these pieces previously and separately, this is really the first time that as a group we'll be getting onto these, and really the first time that these have been properties that we've really focused about like a lot of attention on. Spent a lot of time scouting hard in the summer and then really intending to hunt during the season. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an evolving process for us, but we're excited. I feel like there's potential on all 3 properties. We'll see how the season kind of unravels for us. So the next few weeks really just gonna be maintenance mode for us. Nate opens youth season with his boy out on Lowell's in just a couple weeks here, so I'm hoping they can catch up with one of our target bucks there. On the rest of the properties, it's just going to be pulling game cams, checking cards, and trying to get stand sets put in place so that here in a month, when October rolls around, we're ready to go.
So this year I have 3 target bucks that I'll be primarily hunting on my private land hunts. I have Lucky, a large 7-point, and a large 8-point that I believe to all be 3.5 to 4.5-year-old bucks, which is a shooter for these properties that I am hunting. This particular property attracts the bucks that I'm after due to the small kill plot that I put in. They also come to visit the watering hole very frequently, and they completely demolished all of the food that I have in the plot. I'm going to have to reseed it later this year. About 15 yards away I have a tree stand positioned for me and a cameraman, or me and a partner. Anything that enters the plot and provides a broadside shot will be in trouble.